Hi, my name is Dragos, and today we're going to talk about how to perform a classic bar bicep curl and also talk a little bit about why some people are complaining about wrist problems when they're performing this easy yet complex exercise. So, the 5 points that I always check on all of my clients, and I encourage you to check on your own body as well, are number 1, your head and your neck, number 2, the shoulders and the back, number 3, the arms, all the way from the shoulder down to your fingertips, number 4, the abs and the hips, and number 5, the legs. Now, I know you think about, okay, I'm doing a bicep curl, so why are the legs so important? Well, posture and how you plant the feet on the floor is critical on how you perform the exercise, how much it hits the muscle, and of course preventing injuries. So we're going to get more detail about that, but legs, trust me, will be important. So number 1, the head and the neck. Most people, when they do a bicep curl, they tend to look down and look at their bicep as they're performing the exercise. Now, what happens then is the back tends to curve down. So you look down, the back starts to curve with you. You want to keep your back straight. Main thing, tip of the day, always keep your back straight, prevent injury. So by keeping your head facing forward, your neck nice and straight, look in the mirror. If you want to see yourself, look in the mirror. Check your posture, check everything, but keep your vision forward, right? You don't want to bend forward, you will bend your back, and also, of course, you don't want to look backwards, right? It'll make it even worse. Number 2, the shoulders and the back. Now, it's a classic bar bicep curl. True, other exercises you can do, you can move your shoulders different ways, shape or form, but for this one, you want your shoulders nice and neutral. You don't want them up, you don't want them down, forward, back. Keep them neutral as your body is intended to be. Keep them relaxed, and your back needs to be, again, straight. Now, some people have a natural curve in their back, which is normal for them. So for them, a little bit of curve in the back is natural. Not forcing it that way, as is for me. As you can see, it's a little bit of curve. This will be hyperextension for me. Try to keep it straight. So don't hyperextend it, don't curve forward, keep your back neutral, keep it strong. It will make the exercise that much better. Number 3, the arms. Now this is the most important part, right? You're trying to isolate the bicep, right? So by performing this exercise, you're hitting both heads, biceps, 2 heads right in the muscle over here. And the point of it is to isolate and get a nice full definition on the bicep. Hit both heads evenly, right? The function of the bicep is to move the forearm from a straight position up to the shoulder, right? So you're trying to prevent any other muscles from helping you do this motion. So if you move your shoulder up, automatically you're taking away from the whole exercise, right? So you want to keep your humerus or the upper arm nice and vertical, right? So don't try to pull it too far forward, too far back, and also don't help yourself as you're coming up, right? Keep it neutral. The elbow is the only joint in the arm that has to move during this exercise, right? So all the forearm does is, from a straight position, come all the way up. Now, down to the wrist. You don't want to keep your wrist facing backwards or lean backwards, because this is one of the reasons why wrist injuries happen, right? You'll complain later down the road that your wrist is hurting. So, you want to keep it straight, if not slightly bent. The flexors in the forearm need to be engaged in order to get the full power out of the bicep, right? So, when you start with a straight upper arm, you're curling up, the wrist is slightly in, you flex the bicep at the top. Even though the weight may be heavy, you feel the full power of the bicep, but you want to flex it yourself a little bit. Get that nice little ball in here to get the full definition into the bicep, right? You get the most out of it if you flex it, right? So wrist slightly bent if not straight, only the elbow and upper arm is straight. Now number 4, the abs and the hips. So the hips need to be square, right? You're standing up, you perform a bar bicep curl, you're standing up, hips square, and the abs are flexed. If you don't flex the abs, your lower back is in danger of getting injured, right? So once you flex the abs, everything in your body is engaged, you focus on the exercise, you get that much more power, that's what more results out of the exercise, right? So abs are sucked in, nice and tight. It's like you're trying to get into a pair of tight pants, right? Suck them in, pull the pants up, and you're good to go, right? Keep the core, full core engaged, and you're good to go with the exercise. And number 5 is the legs. the whole idea in the legs is you're standing up, legs may be parallel to each other, right? So you need to bend your knees just slightly, right? That will take some of the tension off of the lower back, right? Your feet can be parallel, they can be a little bit outside, whatever you find better for balance, right? Just don't try to go with them in because you will lose balance. You don't want heavy weight, lose balance, end up on the floor, right? So keep them nice and parallel or slightly out, and if you are getting a heavier weight and you tend to swing back, put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Still keep them one slightly pointed outwards, one pointed straight, the knees are still bent, hips are pointed forward, nice and square, and you're good to go with the exercise, right? So, having covered the 5 points that are critical in how to keep your body in correct form during the actual exercise, the next step is to know how to place your palm on the actual bar. So right in front of me I have my trusty 50-pound bar, and how I'm going to place my palm on it is get the bar on the meaty part of your palm, right? Don't get it right at the bottom of the fingers or going up towards the fingers because it will slip off, and if not, it will promote that wrist bending that I was talking about earlier. So you want to prevent that from happening. So put it in the meaty part of your palm, get the thumb around the bar, don't let it go underneath because again, slipping, bending of the wrist, you don't need all that. About shoulder width apart to grab it, a nice good grip, and you're good to start with the exercise. Now from a weight point of view, if you're looking for bulk muscle, then you're looking for a heavier weight, but 8 to 10 reps, right? If you can do more reps, then the weight is not heavy enough. If you can do enough, at least 8, then grab a lighter weight. And again, toning muscle, 12 to 15 reps, same idea. Not enough weight, grab some more, but prevent this kind of motion from happening during the exercise. Don't swing, you take away from the actual exercise, you injure your back, and you just don't get the results you want, right? The whole idea, as I pointed, is to keep everything nice and tight, in proper form, and just isolate the bicep. So, my knees are slightly bent, my toes are pointed forward, that's where I find my best balance. Hips square, abs flex, shoulders relaxed, back straight, looking forward, and I'm good to start my exercise. So, 1, 2, I'm squeezing my biceps at the top and I'm getting a full stretch at the bottom. Breathing out as I go up, breathing in as I go down, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, from the side, again, my back is nice and straight. I am looking forward. My humerus or my upper arm is straight. I'm trying not to swing it, even though the weight may get a little heavy after a while, but don't swing it. If that be the case, grab a lighter one. Engage the core and you're good to go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So, I haven't swung my back, I was looking forward the whole time, and I was flexing my bicep the whole time. Now, I was using a straight bar right there. The other problems that may arise when talking about wrist injuries or wrist issues is using a different type of bar. So, the main culprit in the whole thing is anatomical position, how your body is built to do the exercise. So, the anatomical position is this one right here. Palms facing forward, nice and straight, right? Don't twist them over, you're getting the bones twisted. So, my build is that my arms are standing nice and straight, right? And I have enough flexibility in my forearms that I can twist my arms enough in order to comfortably grab the straight bar. Now, some people are more built to have their arms out more. So, not that they're trying to be there, but this is what normal for them is. So, with some little wrist flexibility, or forearm flexibility rather, they have a harder time twisting their arms out enough to grab a straight bar. So what do? The idea is grab an easy bar, right? So this type of bar right here, if you're doing a classic bar bicep curl, you would place your hands right on the outer part of the bar here and get the same idea out of the exercise, only less pressure on the wrist. So everything else stays the same, the exercise is exactly the same, don't move anything else, and curling up. curling up. Keep the wrist slightly bent inwards, just like on the straight bar. And you're good to go with the exercise. You get the same burn, you get the same results out of it. Right? So this will prevent that wrist problem from happening either at the spot or later down the road. Again, my name is Dragos. Thank you very much for viewing this video. I will be posting more. If you have any questions about this exercise or any other fitness related questions, send me a question. I will answer as soon as I can. Subscribe to my video if you liked it, and have an amazing day.